It's after midnight, and a brazen robbery is about to take place at this gas station. But it's not just one thief, or even two, out for a quick score. This is a mob of 25. Within seconds, they're looting the entire store. It's called a swarm robbery. And just like a swarm of insects, they ravage the landscape, consuming everything in their path. The mob is a spillover from a nearby party in Sacramento, California that was broken up by police after a fight got out of hand. With nowhere to go, and many of them full of alcohol and who knows what else, the gang ended up here. Their large numbers makes them feel invulnerable as they tear apart the store.
The concept of conducting a swarm robbery is based on that whole mentality of anonymity and there's not going to be consequences for their behavior.
They don't even try to hide their faces from security cameras. Most of them treat this like a little harmless fun. Individually, the thieves take only small ticket items from the shelves and coolers. A six-pack here, a candy bar there. One greedy thug even makes off with an entire rack of potato chips, while others rush back for more. Fortunately, the total loss caused by the criminal horde adds up to only $500. The clerk wisely decides it's not worth fighting back, because a mob that's this cavalier about stealing might not hesitate to turn violent. So the clerk instead helps the thieves out the door, contraband and all, locking it behind them.
In this case, the clerk did the appropriate thing. If they would have escalated it or taken action to try to stop it forcefully, of course, bad things happen at that point.
The entire robbery takes place in less than 1 minute. But the night has only begun for this criminal mob. Since this holdup seems so easy, the crew decides to continue their brazen crime spree.
They eventually went from there to another location here in the city of Sacramento, doing the same thing. And then a third location about 20 minutes later from that first initial start at 2:07 in the morning.
When police show up 30 seconds later, the mob has moved on to its next victim. But they've left behind a videotape that will soon air on a dozen local TV news stations.
We had approximately 25 to 30 crime alert tips that came in. Our detectives were able to follow up on those and eventually make 4 arrests in this case.
Those arrested were booked on counts of robbery instead of the lesser charge of shoplifting. In this case, justice was poetic. These thieves tried to mix in with the crowd, but they ended up smiling for the camera in front of tens of thousands of viewers on the nightly news.